Mikey.
Chiefs Kingdom 2-0, baby. Let's go.
And say that I understand how you feel. That sucks.
What a crazy week, man.
So
Holy.
we're gonna right. That's what I was gonna say is we're gonna go over kind of the hot topics, uh, go under the booth, if you will, and check out to see what the hell was happening during the games on Sunday, what the fuck perspired, kind of like the Niners. I want to start off with that hot take. I can piss me off and get this one out of the way, so I don't have to think about it again. 49ers and Jets at Life Stadium was approved for the field and shit, but then all of a sudden you got fucking Nick Bosa went out, and then 2 plays later you got Solomon Thomas going out. Like Jimmy G's hurt his ankle. Like what the fuck, man?
Just seemed like a lot of turf animals were out there just like catching the cleats and then just like ripping dudes' knees apart when they got like jammed up in the turf, you know what I mean?
Right? I just don't get it, dude.
I don't
It
know.
really it's kind of upsetting. You lose Nick Bosa for the fucking year, and it's like
Right, that
really. I mean, if you
that front seven goes from being like terrifying to being like, oh, well, now that's a weakness of that team where before it was they're number one, now it's like they're in trouble.
right, and I still wouldn't call it a weakness, only because we have when if D Ford is healthy, we still have Eric Armstead, we still have Javon Kidlaw, who really played well. The fucker was like the top rated defensive line rookie in the NFL. So,
Yeah,
but
he's
still,
definitely
it
got to
really
step
fucking
up.
hurt losing. Hell yeah, dude. Well, we like I said, we signed Ziggy Ansah to a 1 year, like $3 million deal, which is kind of expensive.
Yeah.
Um, we got some guys that come off the bench and DJ Jones, fucking Ronald Blair when that dude gets healthy, but it's gonna be tough, dude. It's like next man up.
Well, that whole team
If you
got
think
hit by
about it
the
in the
injury
scheme of things,
bug.
right? But if in the scheme of things, Jimmy got hurt, now they're saying Kyle said he could play next week.
He is
Mostert's gonna
good.
miss. Yeah, Mostert's gonna miss a week, maybe two. Tevin Coleman's going to miss a couple weeks. Richard Sherman's on track to come back. George Kittle might play next week. Debo Samuel's on track to come back week 4. Um, but really, in the scheme of things, we only lost the year Nick Bosa.
I mean, oh, yeah. But what was Solomon Thomas's update?
I haven't gotten it yet. He's probably going to
Um,
be out for the year too.
well,
But
yeah. I mean,
he's
it's a tough few games to be in that stretch of being hurt. You don't know how banged up they're going to be, but that team definitely took quite a hit this week, and it's
that's going to
unfortunate
be
that it
tough,
happened up against a team like the Jets. But
right? And we got the Giants next, so it's kind of like fuck. It instantly feels like the Phillies the Philadelphia Eagles a couple of years ago, where they had all those injuries, and let's see if the Niners can come back and actually do something and see. I feel crazy excited about it.
and well, changing pace here to another team, in my opinion, who was kind of more like my sleeper of the year, is the Arizona Cardinals continued to roll,
Dude,
man.
what the fuck with Kyler Murray,
He
dude?
is looking like he's stepping up in his sophomore year. That team, he looks like he has good chemistry in that offense with D Hop. The defense is
Dude looks
playing
like a
pretty well.
Polly Pocket version of Russell Wilson doing big things.
Right, he's literally built like a classic Munchkin. Like when he takes that helmet off, it looks like that helmet's like still squeezing his face. He's like,
And what is it, Hogwarts?
yeah, like bro, what happened to you, son?
Fucking gremlin, bro.
But I mean that game's crazy. Tom Brady gets his first W with the Bucks. He looked pretty good in the
I'm still
Bucks
not
team.
sold though. I'm still
No,
not sold on that.
no, definitely not.
You got, dude. Okay, let's take a second and talk about the Cowboys. Like, I would like to make sure that all the fucking Cowboys fans out there that were so quiet after week 1 remember that this isn't a game they won. This is more of a game Atlanta lost.
Oh yeah, I don't get like what it seemed like. There was like three guys. If you watch that replay of the onside kick, they literally just
He fucking
stand
stared at the ball.
and stare at the ball like they're not allowed to touch it either. It's like, nah, dude, grab that, lay on it. What are you doing?
Right. So I was telling you when you were here, I was like, they were waiting for it to bounce, and they were just kind of like, "Fuck, what do we do?" Like, I don't even know.
They all got scared to touch it. Like, oh no, oh no.
Like, you know the rules, dude.
And then hey, and then they capitalize off the mistake. I just, dude, like I have no clue how they even pulled that one off. I mean, Atlanta's got to be one of the biggest choke artists of all time.
Right? And
But
28-3, man.
but I saw a stat that said that Dak was the first quarterback to ever put up 450 yards and 3 rush touchdowns in a game. So he did his
Really?
job. Yeah, he did his job today.
Hey, that man. Hey, that man.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
I think Dak absolutely deserves it.
that offense looks pretty good with all those receivers. Gallup, Mari, CD Lamb looks like he's adjusting well. Zeke looks good. You know, they took some hits to that defense, but you know,
I mean, CD Lamb is coming up. He had that one big play in the fourth quarter there, driving him down the field, like a 27 or 37-yard pass.
yeah, yeah.
So they're getting some big fucking plays, man.
And then another clutch
So
performance
let's
came from Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones absolutely tore up the Lions. So I
oh
mean,
God. He had a receiving touchdown and what, multiple rushing touchdowns or just one?
I think
I
he
don't
had two
remember off
total
the top of my head. Let's
touchdowns,
check it out.
2 or 3 total touchdowns. But he just tore that team up. The Packers are looking pretty good, 2-0 in that
So,
division.
so his stat line is 18 rush attempts for 168 yards and 2 touchdowns, one for 75 yards up the middle. I remember that. And then he has 8 targets, 4 receptions, 68 yards, and a 30-yard touchdown. I'm sorry, a touchdown with a 30-yard was long.
Hmm. Now, what do you think of the Jaguars right now? Two weeks in a row they play tough. They almost beat a tough Titans team. What do you think that says about the Titans? Do you think it's just one of those close divisional games?
No, I think the Titans are the real deal. I think the Titans are the real deal. But I think I see a little bit of the 2018 49ers in the Jaguars in that they didn't win many games, but they were in most of the games they played. Like they weren't really completely blown out. Um, and they were out there. It was obvious they were having fun, and you keep doing that. And then if you get a few wins at the end of the year, like end the year off to start next year, that's kind of fucking big.
Yeah, Minshew mania doesn't have any quit in him. I mean, he's putting
He's a decent quarterback,
yeah, and that they got that kid James Robinson off the streets. He's playing well.
right? Off the streets, streets. That dude was beast in it. So, what about the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins? That's not really a fucking hot take, but they almost let the Dolphins come back.
Yeah, I know. Josh Allen, I'm surprised he didn't fumble away that game.
Funny that they play the Dolphins and all the Bills fans are screaming playoffs and it's going to be a great year, but they've done this before, Bills fans. They've
Right,
been there, Bills fans. Do you have a disease that stops you from remembering? And they start off fucking 5-1 or 6-0 sometimes, and then shit the bed.
right. They always just find a way to just unravel, fall apart at the
Right.
end of the year
Absolutely.
in the big games. Like these are like, hey, I'll give them credit. That what they do, they beat the Jets and the Dolphins, correct? That's
Yeah, but that's not saying much.
no, but that's winning 2 divisional games, and that's improving their chance to win the division and get into the playoffs. So I mean, the marks of teams is doing what you got to do to get into the playoffs. So as of right
Look,
now, they're playing
first,
well enough.
first and foremost, the Bills will make the playoffs. I'll tell you that right now, and I probably won't change that stance all year. But here's a stance that I'm going to take right now. It's kind of a hip pocket bold prediction type of shit. I guarantee you the Patriots will beat the Bills both times they play. it barring any fucking injuries,
I'll tell
with
you,
Cam Newton and his offense the way it is now, we'll beat Buffalo twice.
yeah, I'll tell you what, that Patriots team looks a little bit better than I thought they would look. You know, Cam kind of faltered at the
And
end of
guess
the
what?
game last night there. He probably could have bounced it out and wrapped it around and said he just dove
Right,
into somebody,
right.
but
Yeah, so
he's playing well. He's doing
it,
well for my fantasy team, tell you that much.
they really should have like allowed a tight end or someone to sneak out the back and gave him a fucking option for a jump pass or a fucking he could have swung it outside or something. That kind of was a shitty play at the end, but
Yeah, that wasn't the move. It wasn't very well executed. But the Patriots in general
right.
look good. Cam looks good. I think actually crazy enough that Julian Edelman put up his career high numbers last night in yards.
Dude, but if you saw the replays, that dude looks slow. I think
Well, he
the
had
only
like
reason
two
he had
streaks. He beat a couple guys.
right, but I don't know. I think it was more the play calling because he's hurting. Either he's hurting or he's just getting old. Because some of those plays, like crossing routes that he had, he was fucking slow.
Just laboring across the
And
field.
Cam Newton hit him in the face mask with the football.
I know, like he dropped that one touchdown. It went literally right through his
Right, to win the
hands.
game.
Yeah, it's like, bro, if you
Dude,
were
DeAndre Swift.
right, like, bro, how long you been in the NFL? You can't catch that ball? Come on, son.
Right. So let's end this segment with the defending Super Bowl champions. Dude, that fucking game, you were here at my house watching that game. That game was awesome. And I was telling you the whole fucking time, which you were sweating. So everybody that's watching this, remember, with like 11 minutes left, Nick was
No.
on my couch and he said, we didn't come to play. We didn't come to play.
Do you have any kind of visual evidence or video proof of this? Because I don't
I
remember.
don't need it. I don't need it. There's
I was
no
like,
reason for me to lie about it.
no, I was like, oh wow, they're having a tough game. You know, San Diego's doing a good job. They have a tough front four right there with Melvin Ingram and Joey Bosa. I was like, man, these kids are working hard. But you know what happened? They quit like the bum ass Chargers that they are. And you know where Melvin Ingram and Joey
Oh
Bosa
man.
were on the sidelines in crunch time because they couldn't dig down deep. They don't have the fortitude that Patrick Mahomes has to lead the team to a victory.
Let's slow down, Homer. Um,
Harrison
I
Butt Kicker.
I wouldn't call it fortitude because if you had fortitude, you wouldn't allow your team to get down that many points in the first place. So we can call it a comeback. You can't say don't call it a comeback. It fucking was the definition of a comeback. But
11-point deficit.
you did say that.
11
You
point
were
deficit to
nervous.
come back.
You were nervous. You were nervous at my house. You were fucking leaning over the couch at one point, standing up.
Dude, I was
You were nervous.
stretching out from watching the
And
football
then you
game
were
for a
yelling at my
long day.
TV. You were yelling at my TV. My TV did nothing to you.
When was I yelling?
You yelled because your fucking Caliche Osemele kept on getting holding calls.
I was only mildly upset when they didn't call
Mildly. If that's
when they did
mildly,
when they didn't call Sammy Watkins helmet to helmet. Like that kind of irritated me. But otherwise, I was pretty cool, calm, and collected.
if that's cool, calm, and collected, I'm going to start calling you the War Machine of 2020.
What do you? I wasn't even barely raising my
And the
voice.
the TV is old girl.
Dude, nah.
But anyways, let's get back to that game. So that shit was nuts. So they were down what, like 17-9.
Getting attacked by something here.
Patrick Mahomes hit a straight up dot to Tyreek Hill. It was crazy when I saw that fucking replay of when he reached out and grabbed the ball, fell down, got in the end zone. Is he's so fast? He had two guys on him. He was able to catch the ball, and when he fell, he was able to get up fast enough and before the defenders touched him.
I know I did like the quickest tumble roll of all time, look
Right.
like an action stunt movie or something. I don't,
The dude is like a more athletic Dante Hall.
dude, it's insane. He really is. I don't like that was in double coverage too. Patrick is rolling out, running, throws an absolute missile right into this dude's hands, like a perfect pass. Like what, dude? And
Shit was
then
crazy.
and then another crazy pass was the 2 point conversion when he's rolling out. He hits like two pumps
Right.
and throws a dart in between like four people. That's a highlight 2 point conversion throw. Like what the hell? That was a
We
huge
both
play.
watched that play. We both watched that play, and that hole didn't open up until the ball was already out of his hand.
Yeah, like I don't know what the hell that was. That was truly just nuts.
What were you looking at, bro? Anyway, so that game ended. It went to overtime ultimately, and then he was going for a 53-yard kick field goal. Harrison butt kicker is what we call him at this household.
Butt
He was going
kicker.
for a 53-yard game-winning field goal, to which forgot who the bum was on the. I'm sure he's not on the offensive line.
No, it was.
Uh,
It was
had
Nick.
a
It was like a
false
backup
start,
center, like Nick
right?
Aletti or something weird like that.
Crash, false start, clear false start.
I've literally never
58
seen somebody flinch on a freaking field goal before, bro. Like,
worthless. Anyways, I told you 5 times to calm down when you were here, and I said they're going to win the game anyways. So
nobody was
they backed up
nobody
to
wasn't calm. Sound like my
backed
girlfriend.
up to backed up to 58 yards. He kicked the field goal again, and there was a timeout. And then he made the field goal again. That shit was awesome.
It was insane. That it was just like he didn't even give a shit either. I saw a post game interview. He's like, yeah, it just angered me that I had to kick it a million times. But
He on his interview after the game, he thanked the Chargers for giving him another shot at practice.
like, hey, thanks for the warm up. See what I can do out here. But apparently,
He
it
was like,
like
"Thanks for the practice."
it was real calm and it was hot there. So like, it looked like he had like 63 on it. Really, both times he hit that 58 or so. Could have hit the
Oh,
leg on him.
he definitely had enough. He had some space.
All right,
So,
so
with that being said, those were some of the crazy takes, some of the big storylines of week two. Mostly the injuries. I want to hit on just a handful, really quick before we go over to our week three prediction video. I think besides the 49ers, because I don't want to talk about that anymore. There's some of the big ones that you saw, Nick.
I think some notable injury that's going to hurt the most is probably Christian McCaffrey. Going to be out for like three to
He's
six
only out
weeks.
several. He's only out several weeks, right?
Yeah, like 3 to 6 weeks for McCaffrey.
Saquon,
Yeah, Saquon. That's gonna.
Saquon
Jesus,
is
I'm
out for
getting
the year.
attacked by something here, sabotaging me. Yeah, Saquon's gonna be out for the year. That's brutal for that team. I don't even know who their backup is. So
Wayne Gallman, I believe.
yeah, never heard of him. Byron Jones leaving the game for Miami against Buffalo. One I feel bad for. We were talking about this earlier. Is Malik Hooker. Like that kid just cannot catch a break.
Right. Yeah. Dude, whatever. So, what happened to your boy Frank Clark?
I actually didn't get an update about him. I think he's good. I think I don't know. Yeah, I haven't really heard anything else from him.
I haven't seen or heard
Oh yeah, he
anything.
he was
Bruce
he,
Irvin.
he was just sick. Frank Clark he was just sick that game, so he
Oh,
came out.
That's right. We saw that. That's right. Bruce Irvin is out for the year. He tore his ACL, so he probably is going to retire.
Yeah, that dude's getting up there in age, and that's his second stint with Seattle. He's up there. It's a weird time, weird year. It's hard.
The funny thing though, is
Anthony Barr
that was
out for the year too for the Vikings, which is pretty brutal.
back to old boy for the Seahawks. That was like their best defensive lineman on that team. For the rest of the year, Russell Wilson is throwing dimes on offense. He has to.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to see what that offense can do. But DK Metcalf looks like he's improved. Tyler Lockett looks good still. Chris Carson looks good.
Right.
Russell looks amazing. I mean, that team's offensively is going to put up some points. I mean, some on defense, they're going to have to figure some things out. But Russ is, Russ is certainly making his case for best quarterback in the league. and
Absolutely.
early case for MVP. It's only week 2, but every game
He wants
counts,
it. He's never had it. He wants it. It's the only thing he hasn't had yet. He's got a Super Bowl. He's got
which is crazy if you think about it. Because Russ is a phenomenal football player.
absolutely. Anyways, so that was some of our hot takes, some of our big names that got injured. It was a really bad week 2. I'm assuming it's because of no playoffs, but who the fuck knows? Who the fuck knows? Anyways, like this video, share it. Come back and watch us. We're going to have our predictions here this week, starting off with the Thursday night game and including all of the Sunday night games for week 3. So we'll see you guys then. Appreciate you guys watching and
Later.